Hello everybody! Welcome back to another video. My name is Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today's video is a plan with me for the week of August 26th through September 1st. Let me verify that first date. Yes. August 26th through September 1st using this. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I had to go grab my other notebook that had my notes in it. Using this June 2023 Sadie stickers mystery. This is the one that had the sunflowers and the coffee and the journaling and the pen pal vibes. It's what it was giving me. And I'm going to show the foil sampler because I forgot to show it earlier. But yeah, that's the kit. And I'm using this because realistically, I probably should have swapped this kit with the next kit, but that's okay. We're moving on. I probably wanted to use this one because it was gold, and I don't think I had a gold kit in for August yet, so that's probably why. But sunflowers are a fall flower to me because I think of the sunflower picking that happens kind of in like the fall-ish season, but they are bright like yellow flowers, so I think they are one of the flowers that transitions well from summer to fall. I can see them on my like commute now. They're sprouting up along the road, so like they are in season right now. So it was a good fit for this. And yeah, so that's the reason I wanted to use the kit. I am also pulling in these foiled flower washi from Olive Planner Co., who is no longer selling stickers. I believe she's doing other things, but she's no longer in like the sticker making business. So I grabbed that, and then in my journey, I guess you want to call it that, journey to try fun things for different elements in my spreads, I wanted to pull in the Polaroids, which were a pretty prominent feature. I don't know if around this time was when Polaroids were like really making a splash in the community or whatnot. Someone could tell me who was here. But there's a lot of Polaroids in this. There's stamps, like those are the things in the foiled sampler. So I wanted to make use of those in my monthly script area. And then here are the dates. I remembered to put them on for this one. And let me go talk. I think I'm going to go to my sidebar after this. And for my sidebar, I wanted to use a fashion doll from TaylorMade. This was from like the Flower Market Girls release like in March or something like that. And she really cute. I like her attitude. I wish I could wear a top like that, but I don't. The tatas will fall out. So, not that I'm like that well endowed, but why are we talking about this? But she gives me like summer vibes, and I really just like her. I wish I had those earrings. But long dangly earrings kind of irritate me, so I like while I mentally wish I could wear them, I know that I wouldn't keep them on very long. And I'm making use of some sunflower elements that came from, well, I got them in a D-stash, but they were probably a Sadie Stickers $2 Tuesday. And one of the pieces I was having like mental gymnastics about were these large sunflower, what are they, headers? I don't remember what they were called, but they're like very bold and they make a huge statement. And I was like, how do I use these without like blinding somebody? It was basically my thought process. And I remember, oh yeah, I can layer these behind things. Lada sunflower halves. That's what they were called. So I knew I wanted to. So let me back up here. I knew I wanted to use this fashion person, and I was thinking back to the first time I used a fashion doll from TaylorMade, which was the flower shop, the Glitter Mama, and how I had those florals around her, and I didn't want to do the same thing again. So I was trying to figure out what else I could do. So like I said, there was like the pen pal elements, the like journaling elements. So I decided, why not throw that in the sidebar. I'm kind of I don't want to say wrestling. I'm kind of coming to terms with like less foil in my side. I don't know. I'm in this weird headspace where I'm like, I feel like I need more foil, but like, what could I use? I don't really know if I want bigger statement pieces, smaller pieces. It's like a weird like mental thing right now. I don't really know. I don't really know what's going on. Um, so I went with tilted boxes, and I was watching I think it was Jess, a whole bunch of people. Mariah does it, Jess does it, who use like the washi to line their boxes. And I know we have like box liners and all that stuff, but something about making use of the stickers that you do have instead of going out and buying them specifically um, was like satisfying. So I use the washi, like the line dash washi that came with this in the sampler to line the boxes, as well as using some kind of dash liners from the Pretty Pink Co. Because I feel like this kit necessitated an amount, like a certain delicateness to it. So having the solid lines would have been very bold. And I felt like that just didn't really fit what I was trying to go for. So that's why I made use of the like not solid box liners and or washi and headers to kind of line my boxes. And I knew I wanted to pull in these large like plaid gingham, those aren't plaid, that's gingham elements into the spread, and just like kind of make it feel like it was like a picnic in a sense. Like I gathered up my basket, took my journaling stuff, maybe some yarn, even though I don't crochet anymore. And like just went out and picked a spot amongst the sunflowers and like sat down and settled in. Like that was kind of my goal. And let's see what's going on here. What's going on here, Kat? Oh, and I'm kind of making my own stamp here, just for funsies. I don't know. I'm just trying new techniques and just letting myself do things I don't normally do. I mean, I know I've been experimenting a lot. So that's why every once in a while I return to like a classic spread with everything like in the lines and stuff. So now that I've satisfied that desire, um I wanted to try what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say journaling, but try different layering elements, cuz for me that's kind of where like my brain gets stuck at, is how how do people just like look at stickers and just know how to layer them? Because for me, I'm just like, well, if I cover this up, this is going to cover that up, and like, do I want to cover that up? Like, I don't know. And but then if I don't, there's no room for this, and like there's a lot of mental gymnastics that goes on in my head, trying to figure out what I want to do. And honestly, what I just need to do is just do it, just lay it down, see if I like it, and if I don't like it, it's okay. Um, but that's kind of hard, because stickers they're not cheap. They're not like stupid expensive, but they're not cheap either. So like the thought of having a spread that you're not exactly like mostly happy with, because again, there are some spreads that I'm not 100% happy with, but to have a spread that you're not like over 50% happy with kind of like scares me. um just because like then it feels like a waste. I spent all this time and creative energy into putting something in and putting it on paper, and it just doesn't match what I wanted to do, or I didn't have a vision in mind, and like why did I sit down to do it? Sorry, tangent again. I do this. So that was a long-winded way for me to say, like, I didn't have a game plan. I kind of just went with whatever, and just let the stickers talk to me. Whatever was, what's the word I've been using recently? Um, whatever caught my fancy, whatever shiny thing caught my attention was what I went with. So like, the coffee rings, or making my own stamp, or making sure I used enough of this gingham. that came with kit because this kingdom is so pretty, and like again it went with like that whole picnicky kind of theme and vibe that was developing in my head. And so yeah, that's basically what was going on. I like the yellow. I like the green actually. The green I think I like more just cuz I don't know, it's a very muted green. um it was very pleasing to lay down a bunch of the green. Um and yeah, I think we're almost rounding out the base here. I think I finish up just touching. There we go. I was gonna say I think I do like a quick overview of this. I really like how this fashion person like slots in. She doesn't like fit in perfectly, but she kind of has the attitude that I wish I was having. Like, I know I'm the bomb, and like yeah. So on to I don't know where I was going with that. I really don't. So on to the day by day. You start with a coffee Monday, and of course I had to pull in a coffee ring too to kind of call to the coffee Monday. And I've been like taking less notes. Actually, no. I remember now. This is the week after the accident, so I was at home not doing a lot. I was doing a lot of resting, a lot of taking it easy, so I wasn't really doing too much because taking it easy is very difficult for me. Um and I know like this is not a good mentality to have, but if I'm not being productive, I feel like I'm wasting my time. And I know that that is not a good mentality to have because rest is productive. Because if you keep going and going and going and going, you will just hit a wall and you'll crash, and which is worse than if you just took little moments to rest along the way. But I'm very bad at it. I'm so bad at it. I'm always thinking, what could I be doing with my time? Um, what little task could I get done in the next 5 minutes, in the next 10 minutes? Like right now, I was like, okay, well, I could squeeze a voiceover in and then do this and then do that and then do blah, 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 blah. And like, it's not a very healthy mindset. And I'm aware of that and I'm working on it. But yes, so there wasn't a lot going on this week because I was resting because it was very much needed. So Monday we had Coffee Monday. Then I was talking to the insurance company as you need to do after an incident like such. And then I finished the Assassin's Blade. I actually have not. I think I started the next book, but I haven't. My Nook died, and I had to charge it, and I hadn't picked it up since then. Um, but yeah, I requested to have this week off of work. Actually, the guys at the hospital are like, well, you should probably take it easy for the next 4 days because the pain will start to hit you after like 2 or 3 days. So I worked remotely half days for 2 days. So I did rest this day. Tuesday, after the call with the guy from the insurance company, he told me we got to go get the items from my car because they needed to assess the car. And I guess they had a feeling based on what I was telling them that the car was going to be totaled. So they were like, just take everything out of your car. Like, did you know that you own the license plate? They were like, take the license plate off too. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, and it was funny because I I left the passenger window open. And I was like, damn. Well, thank goodness it didn't rain. So I took my keys to, unlock the car, and the keys weren't like the car just wasn't responding because my husband was like, well, yeah, the battery's dead. It's gone. It's crushed. It's your car's kaput. So luckily I mean, I probably could have called the guys from the garage and been like, yo, I need help opening this door. But luckily I didn't need to do that because my window was open, so we could just walk right in. So Tuesday we got the stuff from my car. After we got stuff from my car, we had pho and bubble tea or boba tea. I use kind of both, not interchangeably, but I kind of just say both. About 50-50, I would guess. Pho and boba tea and pho and bubble tea. I think I say boba more often. And then I napped, which is very appropriate. So on Wednesday, my husband had to go back to work. So I was like, let me just make you breakfast because I was staying home. I made dippy eggs for breakfast. Then sometimes the YouTube algorithm does great things. So I had watched 7 hours of a video on it was a Teen Titans retrospective, the Cartoon Network show Teen Titans. It was 10 hours long, but I would watch 7 hours of it. Not fully, like, I wasn't sitting in front of my phone watching it, but it was on in the background. I'd watched 7 hours of that video that day. And then something we're gonna just keep to ourselves for the last thing on Wednesday. On Thursday, I had morning coffee with the family since, again, I was home. Then my cousin, who was watching Bub that day, she and I and Bub, we went out for lunch together. And then I got the happy mail from Sadie Sickers. The mystery sub came in. This was the August one that got in like stupid early. Like, wow. I was like, I'm impressed with how fast this got to me, because I wasn't expecting it until maybe the second. So, I was pleasantly surprised to have some happy mail that day. I really needed it after the, week that I had. So that was no, yes. Oh, before that, what I'm working right now with the laptop girl is that I did a remote half day of work. See, there's the happy meal one. Then on Friday, I worked half day remotely. I did the laundry. I guess because I was feeling up to it. So I finished up the laundry because I run Bub's laundry. I feel like I do that every week, which I probably do. It sounds about right. So I do his laundry like every week. And I hate laundry. I've talked about this before. I hate laundry. It's the chore that never ends. And then during the morning, I did get a phone call from a number I did not recognize. So when I get a call from a number I don't recognize, I let it go to voicemail, because if it's important, they're gonna leave me a voicemail. Then I called, then I was like, all right, well, they left me a voicemail. Let's see what it is. And it was the guy from the other insurance company calling me. So then I had to talk with him. Then he gave me an update on his end. Then I had to talk with my guy, and then he was like, this is what's going to happen. So it was just like, I'm exhausted. I hate calling people, and I hate having to deal with this. Like, why did this have to happen? It's exhausting, even though I'm just calling people. So yes, that was, oh my goodness, how are we already on Sunday? I'm so sorry. But yeah, calling your insurance sucks, let me tell you. For Saturday, we cleaned and organized the bookshelves, which was fun with Bub around, because he likes to run around. And then he struggled with his bedtime. It's just a toddler thing, I guess. Then we went to the park in the morning on Sunday, had some family time, and I think we went to Target probably. And they had in the dollar, well, it's not the dollar spot anymore, but what was the dollar spot? I forget what we call it now. They had all of like the Halloween ducks up, and Bub loves the Halloween ducks. Oh my goodness, my video is out of order. No wonder. This is going to be fixed in editing, but the voiceover is going to be a little out of place, but I'm just going to fix the editing. So you'll probably see this a little bit out of order. But yeah, that was my week. Nothing terribly exciting, but I didn't need it to be an exciting week. Because we don't always need all of our weeks to be exciting, right? But yeah, a lot of rest, a lot of spending time with people I love, a lot of just slowing down, which is hard for me. It's extremely hard for me. I don't really know how to do that. So that's the spread. I like how it turned out. I like how like all of this foil is feeling. Like, I feel like recently I've been not struggling, like in my head, I feel like I haven't been using enough foil, or I've been using too much foil. I feel like for me personally, I've been on like the extreme sides of that, and I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, but in my head, that's what I'm seeing, and I'm like, this is kind of irritating. I can't seem to strike a balance, but I feel like this one, I am satisfied with the balance between like foiled and not foiled. So that's the spread. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe to my little channel. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!